I'm 25 years old, and I have a lot of debt, and I'm basically trying to figure out what's the best way to tackle that and overcome it. From credit cards, cars, and I'm in a situation where I was thinking about purchasing a house, but I don't think that is the best financial decision. So I just want to see if you guys can help me out with that.
We agree. Let's get you out of debt first. So walk Rachel through your debt. Go smallest to largest for us.
Okay. Yeah. So going small to largest. So I have 6 credit cards, totaling to about $65,000 in total credit card debt. With the smallest minimum monthly payment, roughly about $51 a month. Then the next credit card is about $123 a month. The next 3 are all about $10,000 a piece, and they're about $200
that you owe on them. The last 3.
Yes. The last 3. So I owe $5,000 on the first one.
Okay.
I owe $7,000 on the second one. The next 3 after that, I owe $10,000 a piece.
Okay.
So a total of $30,000. And then the last one, I actually owe $25,000 on.
Okay, what were these for, Antonio? What were you racking up this debt for?
Hey, George here with a quick interruption. If something were to happen to you tomorrow, would your family know where to find your life insurance policy, your will, even your Netflix password? Well, Knockbox solves that. It's a kit that organizes your financial accounts, estate plans, and everything your family would need all in one place. That way they don't have to hack into your laptop or locate some long-lost thumb drive. So leave them a legacy, not a scavenger hunt with Knockbox. Ramsey fans get the best discount available at knockbox.com/Ramsey. That's knockbox.com/Ramsey.
What were these for, Antonio? What were you racking up this debt for?
So basically, my job profession, I'm actually a finance manager, ironically, at an RV dealership. So, when COVID happened, I was making crazy good money. So, even sometimes upwards of $30,000 a month. So I had just got into the, building credit, and I just seen it as, okay, if I don't mind spending $10,000 because I could just pay that back. And I did that for a couple months, and then, the times have changed, pay changed a little bit, pay's still good, but it just got to the point where the interest was just so high to the point where anything over the minimum payment was just ridiculous. I mean, the minimum payment right now is anywhere from,
But you're spending money on lifestyle is what these credit cards are.
Initially, and they have been maxed out for about 3 years. I've just paid the bare minimum, and I'll be quite frank, I'll pay the bare minimum, and that little bit I pay, I might spend it again, not because I need it, but it's just like, I just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel to get these things paid off.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's the credit cards. How much do you owe on your car?
I have three cars. I owe $35,000 on my truck. I owe $31,000 on my EV, my Mustang Mach-E, and I owe $16,000 on my girlfriend's SUV.
Okay, hold on.
Wow, Antonio,
you financed a car for your girlfriend?
Yeah, I purchased one for her yesterday. Yeah, I did.
Wow, I feel like you watched The Wolf of Wall Street and just decided to try to do your own version here. This is crazy.
So that's sort of, believe it or not, kind of what what my life was and kind of what I aimed to be.
That's why I chose it. That's why I chose the metaphor.
Okay, what else, Antonio? What other debt do you have?
So I also have a boat, but I've paid that pretty low, so I only owe about $8,000 on the boat. Okay. And I do have an RV, a fifth wheel, that I owe about $26,000.
Of course, that makes total sense because you got such a good deal on that. How much money are you making right now? What's your bring home every month?
So I gross anywhere from $15,000 to $17,000 a month. My bring home is anywhere from $9,000 to $10,000, give or take.
I mean, you are really with all these.
How are you making it, Antonio?
It's unfortunate. It's just one of those things that I thought, okay, I'm making money. I can spend more money. I mean, and then also, I do have 4 children, and I do pay rent, which is roughly about $2,350. Then you got utilities, water, camera.
You didn't answer her question. We're trying to help you. And this is the
Okay,
part
well,
where we're now going to try to help you dig out. And you can do this. But how are you making it month to month? Do you have any left over at all?
Oh, no, actually.
And you're going
just
into credit card debt still.
Yeah. So honestly, I have anywhere from $500 to $1,000 left over at the end of every month, and that's if I'm lucky.
Yeah. All right. So can we just do real quick? I want to know if we have any equity in any of these vehicles.
Yeah. What the $35,000 truck?
Do you have any equity?
No, that's the main one that I'm flipped upside down on. It's
Okay. If you sold it today, what would you sell it for? What could you sell it for?
Maybe 21 or 22,000.
Okay. Are you just guessing, or did you Kelly Blue Book this?
No, I've Kelly Blue booked it.
Okay. Okay. What about the Mustang?
The Mustang, I probably am upside down about 1,000 or two on it. I could probably sell it for 29,000.
Okay. And then girlfriend's car, are you the only one on the loan, or did you co-sign for her, or what was the situation there?
No, I'm the only one on every loan I had mentioned.
Okay. And what could you sell her car for?
That one I probably could sell. I could probably make it $3,000 on that one. I could possibly sell that one for about 18 or 19 grand.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So the cars are the easy. Oh yeah, the boat.
What do you owe on the boat?
He owes 8. What could you sell for?
Sorry, what's it worth? I'm so confused right now.
So the boat is worth about $15,000.
All right, sell that today.
Perfect.
Sell the boat today.
Yeah. Sell the boat today.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So because then you'll have $7,000. Hey, Anthony, here's gonna be your issue, Anthony. Your ego's about to really be hit hard. Like this is all. Yeah. This is ego. 3 cars, boat, RV, credit card debt, living like you're just the fill in the blank, and you're not. Yeah. So there's a reality here, Anthony, that the humility pill that you're going to have to swallow to truly change this around is going to be really big. And that's the part about personal finance that's so difficult, is like the math stuff. We can walk through that, but there is a character part of you, Anthony, that's going to deeply have to change. Like, you caring about what people think has been very high in your life. And this is about to do the complete opposite. Like, you are going to be, you're not going to be the man anymore. I mean, like, do you know what I'm saying? But there's an ego level. And I'm saying that kindly, because we all have a level of an ego. But man, it's gonna be tough.
So here's the deal: is the RV? Can you sell more, make more on that than the 26 you owe?
The RV, I can break even. I mean,
okay, listen. You got to sell the RV. You sell the boat. You sell the girlfriend's car too
today,
because I don't care how lovely she is. She gets her own car. It's not your problem.
Yeah, and then Antonio, take your payment for the RV, the boat, her car, and the Mustang. All those payments, that's thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Now that you can sell the truck, start paying off these credit cards, smallest to largest. But man, it's going to be it's about to be a 180 in your life, Antonio. But it has to be in order for something to change. And I feel the stress on you. So man, you got to make some big changes.
Create your free every dollar budget today. The simplest way to budget for your life. Chris starts off this hour in Tampa. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Okay. Quick background. I'm 21. I started a lawn service when I got out of high school. I was 19. Anyway, I make about $45,000 to $55,000 a year, and
profit?
I still live at home.
Profit?
No, that's gross. Profit, I would say, right now it's about $35,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I still live at home. I'm not investing anything. I just kind of want to know what's the next step, going forward here.
You have any money?
Yeah, I've got about $5,000.
Okay. You got any debt?
No.
Okay, that's good news. All right. What are you doing to increase your income?
I work every day.
No, that's making your income. That's making income. I ask what you're doing to increase your income.
I'm just getting as many lawn accounts as I can every day. I've got a couple of companies that I work for that have been phenomenal in getting me more work. And that's starting to grow too. So just keep finding out more companies and getting more work.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Is how I'm doing.
So you've got equipment to do all this work with.
Yes.
And where's the equipment stored?
It's stored at my parents' house.
Okay. Where you live?
Yes.
All right. All right. What do you want to be doing when you're 31 or 41?
Well, I would like to keep doing what I'm doing, just do it on a bigger scale. Have like more lawn crews and doing more different kind of things like landscaping and irrigation and laying sod and even selling sod, things like that.
Yep. Okay.
I do a little bit now, but I'm still in the learning process with a lot of things, so
Gotcha.
I don't want to take on something I don't know how to do yet.
I wasn't asking you to. I was just asking you where you're going. What do you do a profit and loss statement on your business?
Yes.
Every month?
Yes.
Okay. And do you do a budget on your business?
I don't do a budget on my business because I do it because I project what I would do.
That is a budget.
Okay.
If you project your revenue and you project your expenses next month and the next month and through the end of the year or through the next 12 months, if you project your revenue and you project your expenses, you have automatically projected your profits. You understand that?
Right.
Revenue minus expenses equals profits. If you've got that projected out, you have a budget.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be real sophisticated, but that's all a budget is driving with the windshield, not just the rearview mirror. The P&L is the rearview mirror. You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. So you're on top of it for 21 years old. You're killing it. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing really good. So if you know that you're going to make X number of dollars in a year, then the next thing is, if you were to move out, what would be your household budget, and how do you afford rent, and where would you be renting? And would you take in a roommate, or how would you do all of that? And then once you answer that question, if you can do it on what you make now, then it's time to move.
Okay. And as far as like in investing in retirement, is that something to think about now, or is that something to kind of wait a little bit till I get settled in and see what it does?
Well, I want you to get settled in, and then I want you to have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses before you start investing, because that's your rainy day fund if something happens. Because, for example, if you got hurt, you would really have a problem with your income.
Right.
That would be an emergency. And, I mean, if you got hurt and it wasn't bad, but it just slowed you down.
Right.
For a little while. For 90 days you had trouble producing quite as much. But you could still work, but not quite like you could. Before that you need an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Once you get that in place, then I'm going to be there with you. And but you don't have to have that to move out. You've just got to have the money to do the deposits and be able to monthly, doing your budget, afford to live and pay groceries and lights and water and rent. And you need to go shop some places. If I lived here, here's what it would cost. If I lived there, there's what it would cost. And in this situation, I'd have to have a roommate. In this situation, I could park my equipment at my house, or I'm in an apartment and I leave the equipment at mom and dad's house. I move out, but I still use their place to park my stuff, and so on. This is the kind of thing because some apartment complexes are probably not going to let you park 4 trailers of equipment around there or whatever. So you just got to look at those kinds of things and make that decision. But yeah, you don't have to be financially whole and investing before you move out. You just got to be able to pay your bills.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Well, it is all over the news today that Robert Smith, doing the commencement exercise at Morehouse College, billionaire, probably, I think multi-billionaire is actually correct. Robert Smith did an incredibly, outrageously generous, wonderful thing. In the middle of his commencement speech, he announced he was going to pay off all the student loans of all the graduating class for Morehouse for the year 2019. To say that he's the most popular commencement exercise speaker ever in the history of man would be an understatement. This guy is incredible. Way to go. Don't know Mr. Smith, but I am impressed. I love generous people. Generous people make me smile. Generous people make you smile. Sometimes they make our eyes leak. Generosity is incredible. Outrageous generosity is incredible. Apparently, from all the news reports, his family, of course, is going to do grants to cause this to happen, is the way he announced it. And apparently, they are going to pay off some $40 million worth of student loans for the graduating class of, I guess that's his alma mater, probably. And pretty incredible. What a wonderful thing. And what a wonderful day to be sitting there as a student with student loan debt around your neck, maybe hopeless, maybe overwhelmed, and all of a sudden it's just gone. Well, not yet, but it's going to be. I mean, wow. Absolutely very, very cool. I mean, we the people taking care of we the people. I'm getting more and more disturbed about our do-nothing Congress on the student loan debt. And every time I talk about you can go to school debt-free, and if you choose the right school and you work while you're in school, choose an inexpensive school, in-state tuition, you work your tail off while you're in school, you do the things. I get hate mail, and I've been getting a lot of hate mail from left-wing people who are feeling the burn, who just want the student loans to all be forgiven. And you know, I've got millennials coming in here every day doing debt-free screams, paying off their student loans. You see, I think the federally insured, and I'm really kind of getting tired of, you know, people saying, well, it's because you're white, or, you know, oh my God, you don't know how I grew up. You know, the federally insured student loan program is a fraud. It was concocted by Washington, D.C. politicians who are such idiots that they could screw up chocolate cake. Now, you got to work at that one. Now, these politicians are the worst kind of Ivy League tofu-eating snobs on the planet. They're trying to buy the vote of the everyday hard-working man or woman. And that's how the student loan program was born. They wanted to buy your vote. And that's why the stupid thing, even though it's brought more harm to people than just about anything to come out of D.C., that's why it's staying in place. Oh, they want to talk about, some of the left-wingers want to talk about forgiving the loans or providing free college by raising taxes on rich people. But no one wants to talk about just ending it because it's bringing harm. You see, the people that the student loan program are screwed the most are people like me. People that grew up like me. People that grew up like Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality. See, we didn't grow up in a neighborhood with college people. The neighborhood I grew up in, my parents, my neighbors, good, hardworking, tell the truth, grind it out kind of people. They could teach us how to work hard, and they did. They could teach us how to tell the truth, and they did. They could teach us how to stretch a dollar because there weren't many, and they did. And they were to teach you how to be the best friend or the worst enemy a man ever had, and they did. But what they couldn't tell us how to do was get a 4-year degree because almost none of them had one. I counted up the other day, out of the 15 kids in the neighborhood I grew up in, 3 of us got a 4-year degree. And we had no freaking idea what we were doing when we went off to college. We weren't from that side of the tracks. People like us believed in getting an education was important, but it was kind of like when I visited France a couple summers ago. I accidentally ordered potatoes at lunch because I didn't know how to speak French. And that's what happens when you go on a college campus and you don't know anything about it and you're from that side of the tracks. People like me too often wander onto a college campus with virtually unlimited funds guaranteed by the federal government to purchase an education with virtually no knowledge of what matters in an education and no limits on how much stupid damage we can do to our life, all brought to you by a culture that says education's important, so get you some. We well-intentioned 4-year degree seekers were well-funded government ignoramuses. We didn't know what we were doing. We had a pocket full of money brought to you by your Congress. Federally insured student loans giving people that don't know what they're doing the keys to Ferraris. Worse than the lie we were told that all degrees will make you rich and famous was the expensive prestige school lie. Because people like me didn't even know anybody. I never knew a soul growing up that went to an elite private school with ivy on the wall. Unless it was my daddy's boss or my daddy's boss's boss. I didn't know anybody like that. We called people like that sunburned on the upper lip because they had their nose in the air. We were told two lies by this culture. One, that education's worth whatever it costs because education is the way up the socioeconomic ladder. And two, if you want to make it big, you need to go to an elite muckety-muck school with ivy on the wall. The only ivy we knew about was poison ivy. The people I talked to that have made the dumbest mistakes here on this show, that have been screwed the most by the federally insured student loan debacle, are people like me. Sometimes they're black. Sometimes they're white. Sometimes they're Hispanic. But they're always people like me. The people that call this show that have the biggest, dumbest student loan messes are people like me. They call with $200,000 in debt from a prestige private school to get a master's degree in sociology. What were you thinking? Oh, you weren't. You just ordered potatoes because you don't know what French is. Have you lost your freaking mind? What job can you get with that degree that justifies that expense? I'll help you. None. Or let's get $325,000 in debt from a rip-off prestige school because I changed my major 3 times and end up with an undergrad in art because the moron guidance counselor said to follow my passion. That's malpractice. I'm not against art degrees, and I'm not against a master's in sociology, but I am against a do-nothing aristocracy Congress with the snobbery of the worst kind continuing to fund this lie that is destroying people like me. We need to end this student loan mess now. It needs to stop. We need to stop federally insuring student loans. We're harming our citizenry. This is stupid. Well, if you haven't heard, we are in the middle of a modern-day gold rush. Bitcoin is quite the thing. Mike on Twitter says, can you talk me off the ledge? Bitcoin looks so tempting, but I know that get-rich-quick stuff hardly ever works. Well, I can tell you as someone who has gotten rich quick and then lost everything that it doesn't work. Get-rich-quick doesn't. So here's a philosophical, financial, theological principle for you. Proverbs says, he who hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. When you chase an easy buck, a quick dollar, from the standpoint of, ooh, 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 you will not go unpunished. It doesn't say 60% of the time. It doesn't say 10% of the time. It says you're going to get punished. Now, I don't know what form of punishment there will be. I have no idea. It could be simply the losing of the money. But people lose money chasing easy money. It's that simple. And every time you do that, you show your lack of emotional maturity. Now, I've got a friend who's worth probably $20, $30 million, and he dropped, I don't know, $100,000 or whatever into Bitcoin. If he loses that, that's like you losing a biscuit you just bought. You buy a biscuit at Chick-fil-A and it fell out of the car. Oh, well, that's what it would mean to him. It would not change his life. It's a very small percentage of his world. But this is also a guy who plays blackjack in Vegas and the roulette wheel, none of which I do. I'm not mad at you if you do those things. I just do not get a personal recreational thrill out of losing money. It's not enjoyable to me. I'm more conservative than that. Fiscally conservative, politically too, but fiscally, financially conservative. I don't like to lose money. I've worked too hard for it. And losing it is not an entertainment item for me. So I haven't gotten caught up in the fantasy football betting thing. I haven't gotten caught up in the lottery thing. I haven't gotten caught up in the Bitcoin thing. I haven't gotten caught up in the poker's a big deal. Everybody's playing poker now. So it's like recreational. Like my grandmother played bridge. People play poker like that now. I mean, it's like a big thing. All the cool people are playing it. The millennials are all poker players. It's like its own sport. It's on ESPN, like it's a sport. or something. But it all comes down to that there is an entertainment value, a rush that you get, a sense of risk that you get, because there's real risk there, losing money playing these games. And anytime you hasten to be rich, you will not go unpunished. Now, again, I'm not mad at you if you want to lose some money and you think that's fun. If you want to, quote, roll the dice, unquote, metaphorically or literally, go ahead. Go ahead. If you hit big and that's entertaining to you, or you lose it all and that's entertaining to you, you got the entertainment value. I've got a relative that plays poker all the time, and it's very entertaining to him. It's not entertaining to me. It stresses me out. I don't like to lose money. Plus, I'm a math nerd, and I can't stand something that has to do with math unless I win. So it just drives me nuts. So, and cards are definitely that. So I'm not against it morally. I'm not against it ethically. I'm not against it theologically. I just do not personally get a thrill out of, rolling dice and see if I make money. It's not thrilling to me. And that probably because I lost everything in my 20s and had to start again, and money is just too hard to come by, and I don't want to do that. That's a personal thing. Now, the philosophical thing, though, is this. Anytime you're chasing easy money, you're going to get bit. Now, is Bitcoin easy money? Well, yeah, it's gone from 1,000 to 19,000 in 20 seconds. It's way up. Some of you, if you cashed out today, would have done very, very well playing with Bitcoin. And congratulations. I hope you make a bunch of money. And I hope your fantasy football team comes through and you make $100,000 on that you put 1,000 into. I hope that works out for you. But as a philosophy of running your portfolio, don't do something stupid like this thing right here. CNBC is reporting people are now taking out mortgages to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in the mania phase, this article says, which it is. People have lost their freaking minds, with some people even borrowing money to get in on the action. We've seen mortgages taken out. People do credit cards and equity lines. President of North American Securities Administration Association says a voluntary organization. This is not something a guy who's making $100,000 a year, who's got a mortgage and 2 kids, ought to be invested in, this article says. Agreed. Bitcoin's been soaring all year. Started out at 1,000. Now it's rocketing up over 19,000 on the Coinbase exchange last week. You're on the mania curve. Listen, if oil was doing this, if oil went from 1,000 to 19,000, would you be going, oh, I need to buy oil, oh, I need to buy oil? No, but it's kind of cool because it's technology. So some of you you're enamored by the fact that this is technology. It's not even technology. It's cryptocurrency. It's a technology-based currency, obviously. But currency is based on trust. The only reason you can trade a coin with the president's face on it or a green piece of paper with the president's face on it for goods or services is because the person taking it knows they can trade it. That's called trust in the economy, trust in the flow of currency. If suddenly we decided 8.5 by 11 pieces of white paper were the currency, then everybody would be willing to accept a sheet of typing paper, like my notes are written on, as payment, then that would count. If blue ink pens were the thing that people started accepting, you would take that. We value diamonds, we value gold, but the only reason we value them instead of gravel out of your driveway is because of the rarity and because there's this common thread that says we're willing to accept them and trade them. And that's the only reason Bitcoin will work. I think it will work long term. I think it's going to be okay. Before it does, it's going to break some of you, though, because it's going to go down as fast as it went up. It may go up some more before it does that. But you're going to get to experience that he who hastens to be rich will not go unpunished, long before Bitcoin is stabilized and made an integral part of the world economy. It is in the mania phase. If it survives, and I kind of think it will, and I kind of hope it does. I like the concept. I'm not mad about it. Any form of currency is fine. I'm in Europe. I use euros. I don't mind. I use PayPal. I use methods of payment. What do you think when we pay online it is? It's just digits moving. I didn't send you any green pieces of paper. I just sent you digits that represent green pieces of paper. So it's all digital trade anyway these days. But where's the trust? We're going to see. So here's what's going to happen. Some of you that are greedy, and your immature children, you're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot before this is over. I hope you don't, but you're going to. He who hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. There's the old man talking. We'll see how it turns out in 5 years. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hi, I just needed to get some advice. I did the ultimate no-no. I bought a house with somebody I wasn't married to. After about a year of having the house, I needed to move out due to some circumstances when we broke up, and now the house is going to go into foreclosure, and I'm just trying to figure out what are my options here, what to do. I've also accumulated about $25,000 in debt due to these circumstances and trying to figure out how I can get out of this.
$25,000 in debt to who?
Credit cards, loans.
Personal loans?
Well, it wasn't I guess you can call it a personal loan. It was a water softener bill for the
That's the circumstances?
That's one of the loans that's part of my debt now.
Well, what happened? Are you on the mortgage?
Yes, I'm on the mortgage. We're both on the mortgage.
And you're both on the deed.
And we're both on the deed. He's still in the house. I moved out.
You moved out and he decided to stop paying?
Yes.
But you've been paying?
Well, yeah, we were paying before. When I moved out, he was paying, and then now he decided to stop paying.
And it's already in foreclosure, or it is in the process of getting there?
It's in the process of getting there. We're 4 months behind. We have been trying to sell the home, but have been unsuccessful with that.
Unsuccessful in that no one's even looking at it, or you've had showings and they're giving you feedback that you can process?
We had showings, but no real interest in the house. And it's a brand new house.
Are you working with a real estate pro?
Yes.
And what is their logic for why nothing's moving here? Is it priced too high?
It was. They feel like it was priced too high, but because there was a new community being built in the area, that was kind of affecting us as well, because they were able to bring their prices down, give lower interest rates, and that sort of thing.
Have you lowered your price?
Yes, as far as we can go. We're now in the process of asking the mortgage company for a short sale to see if that's even possible.
Do they know that you have the place listed and you're trying to sell it before the foreclosure goes through?
They do. Yes, they do know.
Okay. I mean, that's going to be your best bet, is just trying to sell this thing ASAP, even if you have to lower the price instead of going through a short sale or, worst case, that foreclosure.
But even if we lower the price, the bank has to approve us going below what we owe on the house.
Because what do you guys owe on the mortgage?
$465.
And when you moved out, he obviously could not pay that mortgage on his own. Was that the case?
I'm assuming no. Yes, I don't know. He paid it for 6 months, so.
Okay, he was floating it and then could no longer float it. What's the communication like with your ex right now? Hey, George here in the control booth, and I bet you're wondering what they're going to say next. Get out of debt, sell the horse, yada, yada, yada. The advice may be predictable, but the internet is anything but. You see, your personal info is out there, up for grabs by shady companies ready to add more scam and spam to your life. And that's why I use Delete Me. Delete Me will scrub your data from all of these sites so that you can focus on The Ramsey Show instead of who's buying and selling your info. And Ramsey fans get 20% off at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey or by using the link in the description below. So go take control of your privacy as soon as this call is over. What's the communication like with your ex right now?
We don't communicate unless it has something to do with the home.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, and just one more clarification question. You've been paying your half of it? Is that how you guys have been doing this, splitting the payments, and you've been making your payment?
No, I don't pay anything towards the mortgage. I moved out. I had to find another place to stay, so I'm paying where I have to live.
Okay, but your name is on the. Okay, you understand why I asked that?
Because you have a legal obligation.
You are legally obliged to pay that, whether you've moved out or not. So, wow.
I don't see a way out of this.
I don't
unless
either.
you guys can find a way to sell it before it forecloses.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that you can or want to float the payments to help get out of this, or have the ability to.
No, I don't have the ability to.
What are you making right now? What's your income?
About $112.
And where's all that money going? That's a good income.
To my expenses.
What's your rent?
$2,400.
Okay. And what else? Because you're bringing home probably, what, $8,000?
No, probably about 6.
Okay.
I mean, well, after tax. I guess you're saying after taxes. After taxes, about 6.
Okay. Are you doing any investing right now?
Yes. I mean, I invest in, my 401k and stuff like that.
Yeah, we need to pause all of that. You need to act like everything is on fire, and you need to work on getting out of this house mess and paying off your debt. So we're not saving, right? Do you have any savings?
Yeah, I have some in savings.
How much?
I have about 4 in savings.
4,000. And what's owed to get current on the mortgage?
About 12,000.
Okay, and he doesn't have anything saved?
I would assume not. I can't say for sure.
I would do some homework and find out where you're at in the foreclosure process and find out how much time you have to at least try to get current on payments so that you can get out of the foreclosure process and have time to then sell.
Okay.
And that might mean you both put some skin in the game and go, all right, I'm going to put in $3,000 a month and we're going to get caught up on these payments. Mm-hmm. Which means you need to get rid of all of the expenses in your life. Anything that isn't food, utility, shelter, transportation must go right now, including investing.
Okay. Well, do you, I have these credit cards that have like high interest rates. Do you suggest taking a loan from the 401k?
No.
And paying it off?
No more debt. If it has the word loan in it, if it has the word consolidation or relief or settlement, run far away. Your income is the solution here.
Which means you need more income. You may need to get a second job, a third job for a short amount of time. You got to get these house payments current so that, again, to George's point, you have time to sell this house. You don't want to go through foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Can he get a temporary roommate, a friend of his, to live in the house too and pay rent to help get above water?
What I don't know. That's what I mean. Like I said, we don't have communication. I would suggest that's what he do.
You're going to need to start communicating. You guys entered quite the partnership here to then just flee the coop.
I get that you guys don't love each other and you don't like each other, but you need each other right now, and that really is awful. I get it, but you guys have got to partner up on this thing to get out of this deal.
You're on the hook for $465,000.
Yeah, I know.
And this could wreck your financial life.
This
if you
is
go
where
through this
I wish we
foreclosure.
could get him on the phone. I think Ramsey Show needs to go to the next level and get this dude on the phone, and we mediate this deal. The two of
my
them.
goodness.
That would be
could be a new
that's
show.
the show that people need to see. I'm telling you, we could help. You guys need to be adults and sit down and figure this out. There's no more blame.
I agree.
There's no more blame here. There's no more you did this, you said this. This is, we're idiots because we did this, and we've got to figure this out. And then we learn and we lick our wounds and we move on from each other. But this is going to make this breakup 10x worse. Am I right, George?
Yeah.
Play this out.
Well, there's just, you're kind of stuck right now until you guys figure out the next move. And there's sort of the ABC. The best option is to sell it for the most you can get for it. And then you're probably going to lose money on this deal, I assume.
Yes,
no one's walking away with cash at the end of this.
Exactly. We accepted that.
I'm afraid that this guy, he's just mailed it in at this point. He's given up, and he's just going to let everything just burn down.
Is he gainfully employed?
As far as I know of, yes.
How would she know? They don't talk.
I think you need to have a come to Jesus meeting and say, I got to know everything about what's going on in your life, and you're going to know everything that's going on in my life until this is all over. But we need to make a game plan.
Yes. Okay.
I'm so sorry you're going through this,
Janelle.
Janelle. You can talk to a real estate attorney and dig into that, but that's going to cost you too. But I really hope this doesn't end in foreclosure. And you have an amazing income. Use that to your advantage to catch up and get out of this thing with as little damage as possible.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Madge is on the line in Boston, Massachusetts. Is it Madge?
Nadej.
Say again?
Nadej.
Okay, I'll never make it. How can I help?
Hi, I was calling because I am in a relationship with someone who is very money dependent, and I wanted to know if I should get rid of the relationship.
Okay, so money dependent. So he lives off of you?
Well, yeah, like everything. He wants me to pay for everything and stuff like that.
Yeah. And how long you been dating?
A year and 2 months.
So what's the weirdest things you've paid for?
His mom's, like, rent and stuff.
His mom's what?
Rent.
Rent. He asked you to pay his mother's rent.
Yeah, because his mom doesn't work or anything. She's on disability.
And how old is this person, this guy?
20.
He's 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how old are you?
19.
Okay. And what do you make a year?
I am a real estate agent, so I make, it's very, very different. I would say about like 20.
What'd you pay taxes on last year? When you do your taxes for 2016, what are we going to show your income to be?
25.
25,000. And how much does he make?
He doesn't make anything.
Why?
Well, he makes. Why? Because the situation is he's incarcerated, so he doesn't make he doesn't work. He's been incarcerated for a while.
So you're dating? Were you dating him when he became incarcerated? You started dating him after he went to jail?
Before. Mm-hmm.
Okay. When is he supposed to get out of jail?
In May.
Okay. And so, is this guy going to be a productive citizen then, or is he going to continue to be a character?
He says so, but I don't believe it.
Okay. So you're telling me not only is he financially irresponsible, he's generally a character.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. They're all out of the house, though.
Okay. And how old are they? You the youngest?
20. Yes, I'm the youngest.
Okay.
I have 4 brothers.
Okay. What do your brothers tell you?
I don't talk.
You don't talk to your brothers?
No, I do, but I don't tell them about that.
Is your dad in your life?
He's in another state.
Okay. But is he relationally in your life?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a good relationship with him?
Yes.
Okay. If you were to sit down over a cup of coffee with your dad, what would he tell you to do?
Leave.
Yeah.
Without
He wouldn't blink, would he?
No, he wouldn't blink.
Yeah. And you're his daughter, aren't you?
Yes.
So you already know what you're supposed to do. Because if you had a little sister that was doing this, you would bonk her on the head.
Absolutely.
You would say, "Little sis, run off from the loser. Run from the loser as fast as you can run." That's what you would tell your little sister, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Did you just need me to say it out loud because you were already thinking it?
Yes, I really did.
Okay, the word is run. R-U-N. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Thank you for calling in, kiddo. Open phones at 888-825-5225. You got to get old to be able to do that call. You can't do that call when you're 25. I can do it. I'm 56, okay? I can do that call. I got girls older than her. Oh, my goodness. Hey, can a guy go to jail and turn his life around? Yeah. But until he does, he's not marriage material. After he turns his life around, not when he talks about it. And no, you don't go paying his stuff for him. This guy's a parasite today. Is he always going to be a parasite? Well, that's up to him. He can decide to change his life and repent and turn his life around. That'd be wonderful. Hope he does. But until he does, he's not marriage material. Run.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Thanks for joining us, America. It's a free call anywhere in North America. The phone number is 888-825-5225. Natalia, is with me in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hi, Natalia. How are you?
Hey. I'm doing good. I had a few questions. I am trying to get into this out of debt, I guess, but I'm kind of looking into it, and I have no idea where to go from here. I know that you suggest the baby steps and the every dollar budget, which I have done or started to do.
Good.
My yearly income is like $31,000, and I think my debt is $25,000 to $30,000. Right now, but and I've cut like a lot of my useless expenses out, like eating out. I've got rid of my cable and my internet. I picked up a second-time job.
Good.
And
how much are you making at your extra job?
That I don't know because I just recently started that one.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm a waitress there.
Okay. All right. Cool. How many nights a week?
Right now they have me at 3.
Okay, cool. And what kind of debt is your $25,000 to $30,000 in debt?
I ended up, before I became a Christian, I was cohabitating or whatever with my boyfriend at the time. But we were kind of living like a married couple, so we purchased a car together, and we purchased like a few things. We opened a credit card together. So he left, but he made sure that he ran everything up, and then I ended up handing the car over because I couldn't afford it anymore. So now I have the repo charge on my credit score and the credit cards.
And how much of the 25 is the repo charge?
15.
15. Okay. Is that what was owed on the car at the time that they took it?
I am not too sure. I gave him the car because he said that he was going to pay it.
And he didn't, and they repoed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got his name on it and your name both, right?
Nope, just mine.
Just yours. Oh, this guy really played you. Okay. And I'm so sorry. And how old are you?
20. I'm going to be 27 in October.
27. Okay. Okay. And so there's two numbers on the repo. Number one, the first number is the total amount that was owed on the car. Do you have any recollection or any paperwork on the car? Any recollection of what you paid for the car when you bought it?
I bought it for $32,000.
Okay, and how long did you have it?
3 years.
Okay. All right. The $15,000 could be either figure. I don't know what we've got. So anyway, the total that you owed on the car at the time of repo, sometimes they turn that number in, and that is not what you owe because they sold the car for some amount on a repo auction, and that has to be credited to you, okay? So let's say that they took the car and you owed $22,000 on it, and they sold it for $7,000. The difference would be $15,000, and $15,000 would be the actual debt you do owe now, okay? But if you only owed $15,000 on the car, whatever they sold it for would be reduced. That amount would be reduced by the amount they sell it for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to set that number to the side a minute. What other debt have you got?
The credit cards, which I didn't have. I didn't allow them to. I didn't take the amount that they said that I could charge. I took $1,000.
How much do you owe on the credit cards total that have your name on it?
I think 2,000.
Oh, not a lot. And are you behind on those? Have you paid those?
No, I just started looking into it.
Do they have your name only on them?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that's about 17,000 between those two numbers. What other debt do you have?
I have medical expenses and stuff. And then I have some stuff in collections.
Okay. And like what?
Let me see. Oh, I've got. There's actually some bad checks that are in there.
How much are they?
And they're totaling about probably 300. And then we had joint bank accounts, and I had 3 bank accounts. I closed the one.
Okay. Have you got all of the accounts that he has access to closed?
The other 2 got closed because
have you got all of the accounts that he has access to closed?
Yes,
okay.
I believe so.
Including the credit cards, right? So he's.
I thought that when they went to collections, they're closed.
Okay, so he's not going to be able to run up any more problems for you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good. Well, so we've stopped the bleeding. And most of this debt is old, bad debt in one way or another. That's bad news, but it's also good news because you're not paying payments on hardly any of this right now, correct?
Correct.
Do you have anything you're paying payments on today?
No.
Okay, good. All right. So you've gotten an extra job. You're on every dollar. We're going to do a written budget. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to buy your food, which is eating at home. We're not going out to eat. Unless you get free food at your restaurant where you work, okay? But other than that, you don't go out to eat. Food, shelter, clothing, transportation, and utilities. Basics of life is all you can do. And everything else we're going to use to clean up this mess. Because the more money we throw at this mess, the faster the mess goes away, and we want this mess to go away. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So that's what you're going to do. And the great news is you're not afraid of work. And the great news is you are a person who makes mistakes like we all do, but you have learned your lesson on a bunch of these, hadn't you?
Yes.
You are a lot wiser than you were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And wisdom sometimes comes from pain, kiddo, and it did the same thing for me, so I get it. Hopefully you won't lose your hair like I did, but it's stress that does that, I'll tell you. So stupid stuff, we've all done it, and you got a list of it, and you got to pay some stupid tax. I've paid plenty in my life, and you're going to be okay. I'm going to walk with you. So what I want you to do now, once you're doing this, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to save $1,000, and just in cash in the underwear drawer is fine. Nobody knows it's there but you. It's just a little baby rainy day fund in case something breaks on your car or something like that, okay?
Okay.
Baby step 1 is a starter rainy day fund. Baby step 2 is then we're going to list all this mess you've got, all these debts, and you're not paying payments on any of them, and we're going to clean up the little one, and then the next little one, and the next little one. The good news is that you're going to get your checking account opened back up because you're going to get rid of these bad checks first because they're all small. Right?
Okay.
They're little.
Yes.
I mean, your tips from 1 month is going to clean up all of that. Your tips from 1 week is going to clean up all of that, probably. Right?
Yeah.
And you're going to have no bad checks hanging over you. And then you're going to have no old medical bills hanging over you. And then you're going to have no other little collection hanging over you. See, like $5,000 completely rocks your world of people that are bothering you. It gets rid of all of them. It gets it down to 2 or 3 things. Right?
Okay, yep.
Because a whole bunch of your stuff is mosquito-sized. It is not full-size pterodactyl, dinosaur size, right?
Correct.
The mosquitoes will drive you crazy, but they don't kill you. They make you think you're going to die, but they just drive you crazy. And that's what these bad checks and all these little $50, $80, $200, $500 crap is driving you nuts. Good news is it's making you do something about it, okay? Once you work through those, then you go back and you'll be able to settle this this repo. You'll be able to settle it for about 25 cents on the dollar, 20 cents on the dollar. And so $3,000 or $4,000 is going to make that repo go away. So you don't have $25,000 in debt. You got less than 10 by the time you settle on that repo. So hold on. I'm going to give you I'm going to send you through Financial Peace University. I want to participate in your healing. You call me if you need more help. We'll walk with you. I'm right there with you, kiddo. I got you. You can do this.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Amy starts off this hour in Phoenix. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm good. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I was wondering, we're currently in baby step number 2. My husband and I were both asked to be in his brother's wedding at the end of this year, so bridesmaid, best man. It's proving to be somewhat of a financial burden so far, so my question is, do we tell them no, or do we keep the peace in the family and just go for it and pay for it?
What is expensive about this?
So on the bride's portion alone, there's a $400 dress and shoes, $180 hair and makeup. Basically, she
You're
wants us to
paying
pay
for
her
your hair and makeup?
She basically has made it a requirement to pay for hair and makeup to be done. She wants every bridesmaid to chip in $100 for her bridal shower, about $100 for bachelorette, the hotel, and then we all have to go to lunch and get the same pedicure and manicure. And that's just the bride's portion.
Yeah. Traditionally, the bride pays for all of that.
Yeah, I was a little confused by it, too.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a couple of these weddings in terms of my daughter's getting married, and I distinctly remember we didn't pay for the dress. Bridesmaid pays for your dress, and the guy pays for his tux or whatever, but that's pretty much it. Are they... what is your household income?
Right now it's $92.
Mm-hmm. And how much debt do you have?
I have $35 in student loans and $11,000 on a car.
You have. He doesn't have any debt?
My husband, no, but our house is worth, we have $250 on our house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And it's his brother, so that's already pissing you off. The thing that's concerning is how Bridezilla is throwing her weight around on this. That's what's concerning and rude, frankly. So how many brothers and sisters does he have?
So my husband will be the best man, and then their little sister will also be a bridesmaid, and she's in the same, not the same boat, but she feels the same way as far as the financial burden.
She feels the same way. Okay, when is the wedding?
I'm sorry, what was that?
When's the wedding?
It's going to be December 30th, so just a few days after Christmas.
Yeah, and are they in the same city with you?
Yes.
Okay. So if, just from experience and having done this wrong a couple times, I would suggest you don't talk about this, but your husband, it's his family, needs to deal with it, because you're going to be the Wicked Witch of the West if you bring it up. Okay, yeah. But I think he needs to sit down with his brother and go, dude, really? That's what I would do if it was my brother. You've got to be kidding me. So, because, to a degree, I mean, I would try to meet them somewhere in there. I would want you to spend a little money out of your $90,000 income while you're getting out of debt to be in his brother's wedding as his best man. Yes, yeah, you want to do that. You don't want to miss that, okay? But the over the top stuff, I mean, the tux and the dress is the norm, okay? The rest of it's over the top, and so we're just not, we're broke, and we're trying to get out of debt, and we just can't participate in some of that other stuff. So, so Amy will be doing her own hair and her own makeup, which she does every day, and no one's, shot at us yet when she left the house. So, so far she's doing okay. She pretty much knows how to paint her own barn, so it's okay. And, Golly, I don't believe that. So, yeah, I mean, I just think he needs to sit down with his brother and handle this and go, look, we just can't do this. We love you, and we want to be in your wedding, and I can pay for the tux, and we'll pay for Amy's dress, but the rest of this stuff, we're just not able to do it. And, you know, if that means you don't want us in the wedding, then that's up to you. But this is what we can do. And or whatever level of you can go. I mean, if you want to put a couple $100 more in it or something, that's fine. But the problem here is the complete disrespect for boundaries. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And so that just needs to be addressed. And you just need to keep your mouth shut, because you're going to cause problems if you open your mouth, because you're dying to get in the middle of this, and you don't need to do that. You're going to cause problems you're going to deal with for 15 years, you know?
Right, and that's my issue with it, is I don't want it to be bigger than it is.
It's not worth it for that. But do we just completely acquiesce when someone's being unreasonable in either family, yours or his? No, we don't. We can address it and kindly, and he can sit down with his brother one-on-one. Maybe, I don't know, is his dad involved?
Yeah, and he's actually contributing a certain amount of money every month to a bank account that they can use for the wedding.
Yeah, which is kind of nice. So, I'm just saying, if maybe the three guys go out for coffee, and dad and big brother look at little brother and go, look, asking the bridesmaids to pay for all this stuff's like over the top. And number one. Number two, we don't have it because we're getting out of debt right now. We love you. We want to be in the wedding. Tux, dress plus X we can do. The rest of this stuff, we're not doing it. Now, he needs to be kind, but I'm just giving you the basic message, right? But you know, this is all coded in. He loves his brother. He wants to be in the wedding. I want to honor you, sir. I want to stand with you. We've been through a lot together, and I want to be there with you on this special day. But we got to have some kind of boundary here, because this is feeling whacked. And he can have that. Two guys can have that conversation, and everybody not be pissed off.
Yeah.
Especially two brothers. But I'm guarantee you pull Bridezilla and you in the same room, this ain't gonna work at all.
No, it wouldn't be pretty.
No, that's the kind of stuff that families are mad about for 20 years. So you don't want to do that. That's what you don't want to do. But also I agree with you that just completely acquiescing with someone's unreasonable spending of your money as a requirement to be nice in the family is a little pushy, to say the least. So I think your point is there. Just be very careful about how you make it, because you don't want to blow this thing up. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Today's question's from Petra in Texas. I'm a single 25-year-old in baby step 2. A couple of good friends getting married this year. They're planning a destination wedding. How do I budget in the cost of not only a gift, but the flights, hotel rooms, the extra cocktail parties, and outings that go along with a destination wedding? I don't want to miss out on the experience because these are good friends, but they are going to be expensive. Well, you're not going to like my answer. Broke people should not go to destination weddings. That's my answer. Destination wedding is an excuse for a vacation. It's a wonderful thing for people that have money. But when broke people go to a destination wedding, you know what you call that? More debt. Because even if you budgeted the money out of your income and used it, it's money you would have been paying down on your debt, so effectively you have borrowed the money to go to a destination wedding. And I got to tell you, I think it's a bad idea. See, here's the funny thing. I was when Sharon and I got married, you know, you go through that phase. Everybody you know is getting married, so you're in all the weddings. And then everybody you know is having babies, and so everybody has a baby shower. And then everybody you know is doing this, and everybody you know is doing that. And everybody, you go through this phase of life with your friends, You know, the number of people that I was in their wedding that I still see 25 years later. Hey, one. Maybe. I'm not mad at them. I didn't get mad at them. It wasn't I was a jerk or they were a jerk. They just moved away, and I didn't talk to them in a while. And it's okay. It's just kind of life. But so probably whether I bought them a baby shower gift or not, it's probably going to be okay one way or the other. And you sure as a flip can't afford to fly to Mexico and go to somebody's wedding when you're broke. So, see, that sounds like I'm a no fun guy. I'm not a no fun guy. I believe in living like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. As a matter of fact, a friend of ours is getting married. His kid is getting married at a destination wedding. And I think we're going to go. And we like the kid. And we certainly love our friend, and but you know why we're going? Because it kind of sounds like fun. Because we've lived like no one else, and now we're not broke, and we can do that. But my 25-year-old son might not be able to afford to do that. He maybe can, but a lot of people can't at 25 years old. And he's been in, good gosh, he's in a wedding every weekend. What is wrong with you people? Is the average wedding party now 15 people or something? I mean, it was just, we used to go see the preacher and he went, yeah, done. And you were gone. I mean, it was like, wow, this is a dadgum Hollywood production, every one of these things now. My kids too. I mean, my daughter's had big weddings. I'm not mad about this. It's just an interesting shift in the culture. A lot of things have shifted since I was, since I had hair. But, yeah, so anyway, no, I can't, you ask me, so you get my answer. I'm sorry, it goes with the territory. I would have to say, if I were in your shoes and I were 23 or 26 and I had no money, I would not go on a destination wedding. And you'll live through it, and they'll live through it. Basically, what are you missing? A vacation. And you're broke. Broke people don't need to be going on vacation. Broke people need to be working and not being broke people anymore. Live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. And because you do whatever you want. I got a feeling I'm not talking you out of this. That's why I'm yakking about it. And some of you people are rolling your eyes going, I can't believe you're telling them not to go on that wedding. But I mean, really, seriously, I can promise you 25 years from now, there's about a 90% probability of zero relationship with these people that you're about to go in debt to go to their wedding. That's the truth. And that might be if it's your sister even. It could be. I don't know. I don't know about your family. But for sure, friends. I mean, I can, and again, I haven't had a falling out with a bunch of my friends. It wasn't anything like that. And a bunch of them, it's like, how many people do you still talk to from high school? 35 years after you graduate from high school. One? I mean, there's 400 and something in our graduating class. And again, I'm not mad at them. I think I've stayed in touch with 4 or 5 of them is all. It's, and once a year on that basis. So I'm not going to suggest you reform your life on something that might not be as permanent a relationship as you feel like it is right now.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Brought to you by Yrefy. Refinance your defaulted private student loans today at yrefy.com/Ramsey.
My question is, my husband and I were planning on purchasing a new car next spring, but we are wondering if we should move that purchase up and buy now based on the fact that car prices might see a spike because of the tariffs.
Interesting. Do you have the money now?
I'd love your opinion on where we should pull it from. We do have a few different places we could pull from
Let's
to
talk.
get the money now. Okay, so if we bought the car a year from now, which was our initial plan, my husband has some stock that was given to him when he started his new job, and that stock will be vested next spring and be at the long-term gain position. So that was where we were going to pull the money from to buy the car.
How much?
If we wanted to buy now, it'll be about $35,000.
Brand new?
I don't think we'd buy brand new. I don't know.
Well,
I think we could, but
I'm not asking you.
Fans of buying like 2 years old.
Well, I'm not suggesting that you do. I was just curious because your question is based on tariffs, and so there's 2 points I want to make really quick. Jade will continue to guide you here, but on this tariff issue as the sole reason to do this, and that's what you've presented. Number one, we have no idea what the tariff situation is going to be.
None.
A month from now, we don't know what it's going to be. 2 months from now, really, we do not know.
But media is pushing. You're right. Media is pushing for people to make these purchases now. I've seen the articles. It's everywhere.
I have too. And by the way, it's already too late.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get a car that the cost will be affected by tariffs, and most cars will, we just don't know what that's going to look like. And a year from now, it could look very, very different. And so this rush to move funds around, I think it's risky, is the first thing I wanted to make the statement on the tariff. The second thing is that the tariffs themselves will not directly affect the price of a used car.
A used vehicle, yes, because it's already been made. It's been manufactured.
You don't think
No.
the demand will go up for used cars?
The demand could go up.
It might. That's why I said directly. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure, because Jade's right. You see all these articles and it starts to freak you out. And you go, okay, first of all,
exactly.
The actual tariffs will raise prices on newly manufactured cars. Okay? So if you're buying a used car, that's a separate issue.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Will demand change? Certainly. But it's not going to be a direct cost on the tariff. So I wouldn't be wringing my hands, number one, is the whole point I'm trying to make. Back to Jade on the where you'd pull it from, because I think you got to be smart about that too.
Yeah, so the initial thought was, hey, we're thinking about spending around $35,000 on something, what Ken and I would suggest as used, unless you tell us something about your net worth that will make us change that. And you were going to use that vested stock next spring. If you were to do it today, tell us what that would look like. Would you be spending the same amount of money, and where would the money come from?
Yeah, I would probably spend about the same. We could still sell the stock that is from my husband's company. It just would be short-term gain. We also have some other investments, just like S&P 500 investments that we could sell. That is long-term.
Okay.
But it has a much higher gain. Or we have about $30,000 in just a high-yield savings account that is labeled for other things, and we could relabel it and use it to buy a car.
What's it labeled for? Is it your emergency fund?
No, we have a separate emergency fund. This $30,000, it kind of comes from two accounts. One is vacations that are for next year. So we haven't, we haven't actually started planning it. And then the other half of it is from what started out as sinking funds, but each month we haven't ever had to pull from the sinking funds to actually use what they were intended for. So it's kind of become an emergency fund for the emergency fund.
Got you. Next question is, what's your guys' income?
Not including the stock that vests every quarter, $185.
$185. Okay. So the $30,000 to spend that on another used vehicle is totally fine within the parameters of what you have here. My thought would be to go ahead and let the stocks vest and then pull them out later on in the spring, as you were going to, whether you use it for this vehicle or not, just because we wouldn't say to invest in stocks. So I'd move it to mutual funds or move it to whatever your next big thing is investment wise, but I'd put it in mutual funds, not single stocks. So that's play number one. And play number two is, if you have the money today, it's sitting in additional savings. And if you and your spouse both decide, hey, we have this money, it's kind of earmarked for vacation, it's kind of earmarked for nothing. Do we want to go ahead and use this money to spend it on a vehicle today? Do we need the vehicle today? If you guys decide that, there's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't do it.
We don't need the vehicle today. The reason we want to do it next year is our oldest will turn 16 next year.
Got it.
And we have one big family car, and then we have the very first car that I ever bought 19 years ago that will make a great teenage car.
Got it.
That's the other car
then
we
don't
drive
do
around. So we want So just wait.
Yeah, because what I was going to say next is you don't do this out of fear. You do it out of, are we ready to buy the car today? That's the reason you do it. And so if you're like, hey, we don't need it yet, then don't do it. Let these stocks vest, regardless of what you do. I'm pulling it out of those stocks once I can, or I'm transferring it to mutual funds, that sort of thing. But yeah, either way, whether you do it today or tomorrow or next spring, you have the money, and don't do anything out of fear.
Yeah, I was just doing a little research. I wanted to get the general opinion on used car prices. And again, this can change in a matter of months, Allie, but I wanted to tell you, I think the experts are predicting, take this for what you will, that it's going to be relatively stable on car pricing. So I was listening in. I love Jade's advice. Don't let this money burn a hole in your pocket because you feel like we got to do this. And
that media pressure is real.
Oh my gosh.
It's
of course. You aren't clicking on it if it doesn't concern you.
Yeah.
There's an old phrase they use, and Stacy told me this because she has her master's in broadcast journalism. If it bleeds, it leads.
Oh, 100%.
And that's true of just about any topic.
And then all the car commercials are going, we're going to stand by our payment. We're not raising our payment, even if everybody's kind of talking about it, and it's making you look around and go, well, maybe we should go with them. They're not raising their prices, right? So,
and one little nugget on this, because I think this is worth saying, and I'm kind of intrigued to see what you're the money saver of the two of us for sure. Here's what I've learned: a year from now, when they actually want to buy, okay, there are going to be some people who overextended themselves.
100%.
I just promise you.
Always. There always is.
I can't promise you what the interest rate will be. I can't promise you what Trump's going to do on tariffs, but I can promise you a year from now, there are going to be some people who are driving around a car payment of $700 or more. We know this from the data.
Yep.
And they got to unload it. And here comes Allie and her family with Kazash. Kazash.
Yes. Cash is clay.
$35,000 ago.
Yeah.
I can get a cashier's check.
Yep.
And I can frame it. I can spray some perfume on it. What you want. And there's some people who need to get out of that car.
I know, that's
right.
And
there's always an opportunity for somebody who is in a cash position to, and I'm saying this, steal a used car.
Yep, you're right. Ken, you're not wrong. I mean, we've seen the default rates on car payments. They've been steadily rising since.
And guess what? That means a year from now, would you predict there's going to be a storm there? These things go in cycles.
Yeah, it's happening now, I would say. I don't know if I'd call it a storm, but I would say that these things have a way of balancing themselves out a lot of times, if you will.
The point is, there will always be a very nice used car that is available.
That's right.
At a discount.
That is correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd be paying attention to Facebook and all where people are like, gotta get rid of my car. And then you come in like
Money
on
talks.
the white horse, saving the day.
That's right.
With that cashier's check.
I love it.
Why Refi refinances delinquent private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey.
Hey, Carolyn, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for taking my call.
Of course. How can we help?
Yeah, so my question has to do with rent versus buying, but it's a little bit more nuanced. So we're basically in a situation where we are already renting as cheaply as possible. We even had to move over to summer to avoid a rent hike that put it way outside of our budget. And we can't seem to follow the 25% of take-home rule, essentially. Our original plan was to rent really cheap for a while and have a big down payment and buy a family home, but now I'm wondering if it would make more sense to look to buying something like a condo or a townhome for something close anywhere between like 80 and 90,000 and going ahead and purchasing that since we can't get that percentage down to 25%.
What's your income right now, and what's your rent?
Right. So our rent right now is $825. My husband's working. His take home is about $2,200 a month. We're newly married, so we've been married about a year and 4 months. I was working part time, and then I had our son, and I stopped working. My plan is to be a stay-at-home mom. There are a few things I'm planning on doing on the side that should bring in maybe close to $400 a month. which would bring our, I guess, our take home, it's close to $2,600 a month.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see this as a, I know the percentages are really helpful, but it's not a legalistic piece of the equation. What I do think is the bigger problem here is the income. There's just not enough coming in. If you're going to be staying at home, we need to get his income up to where we're still able to live our life and invest 15% and save for college for this baby and pay off the house early. And if we can't do that, we need more margin. And there's only two ways to get it: make more or spend less. And it sounds like you guys are doing your very best on the spend less side.
Yes, yeah. So the biggest thing I'm trying to tweak right now is just groceries. His job is, he's only been working professionally for 2 years. I'm 24 and he's 23. We expect, he's been promised basically a promotion and a raise. He's already had one. He hasn't been at the job yet for even a year. So we expect growth on that end.
What does he do?
We don't have any debt. I'm sorry?
What does he do for a living?
He's a project manager. So he's working for a relatively new company. So they basically hired a whole bunch of young people and put them in complicated positions. So it's been good for him. He's been able to get a lot of experience really fast. The salary isn't there necessarily yet. He has a salary, but doesn't really match what he's doing. But the company's growing really fast. So we're hopeful that he will be able to progress quickly. He's been told that he'll get promoted to a senior project management position by the second quarter of this year.
That's good news. And so do you guys have any debt?
No, we don't have any debt. We already have an emergency savings built up, and we have $30,000 already saved for a down payment.
Wow, on top of the emergency fund. Is that right? You have your fully funded emergency fund plus $30,000?
Correct. Yeah, we plan on putting a little bit more in the emergency fund now that we have a baby. But
how did you guys get to that amount?
We saved. we were both homeschooled kids to conservative parents, and we were just raised that way. I was able to get through college debt free and worked all the way through. He has an associate's degree. He's planning on going back to get his bachelor's at some point. I don't know. So everything that I was making before I left my job and had a baby, we just put straight into that down payment.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So tell us about the condo. Is that an option that it's like, oh man, that's like last resort, we're not excited about it? Or could you see yourself living in that condo for a while and being content?
Well, we're not super excited about it. Our plan now, like in the apartment we were in, it's small, but there's 2 bedrooms. So the whole plan, I was like, technically we could fit 3 kids in here. We plan on having a large family. So, that was the plan. But then when I think about condos, I've looked there's not very many on the market right now, but just looked around a little bit. Basically you can get a condo that's roughly the same size of our apartment. And it's the same sort of deal. Like we could manage to live there probably 5 years or so, longer if necessary. But
what do those condos cost?
It seems to vary, and I'm not as familiar with the city we're currently in. So part of that I need to look at like crime maps and stuff. But roughly they're going for anywhere between $80,000 and $90,000.
Okay. So you guys would have if you got the condo today, which you're in a position to technically do it with $30,000 down on a $90,000 condo, that would put you on a 15-year fixed at a payment of about $730 or so.
Right. Yeah.
Now you do have extra costs. There may be HOA. There's going to be home maintenance, repairs, property taxes. Home insurance is going to be higher than renter's insurance. So you want to factor all those pieces in. But as far as a financial equation, you could do this.
Okay.
And my first home was a townhome, and we loved it. And you don't have a lot to worry about with condos and townhomes versus single-family homes. So I think it's a great step for you guys if you really want to get out of the renting game.
Okay. Honestly, like we're renting now. We're pretty content too. So I just don't know if it's smarter financially to get a condo versus renting. So really, we're open to do
I just wouldn't be in a
necessary
rush
for the next 5 years.
I mean, it is so wonderful when the toilet breaks. You just call someone and they just show up and fix it. And so there's, especially with a baby, so there's a lot of great things about renting. It gets a bad rap, but for a lot of situations, it's a good move. And long term, it's always a great move to be a homeowner. So I would encourage you to do that. But if you want to save up more and go, hey, we want a single family home, that's going to be double the cost. We need to wait till we have a bigger down payment. There's a lot of wisdom in that too.
Well, you guys are good savers. Like, you guys have saved quite a bit on a relatively small income in the grand scheme of things. So as your husband gets raises and you continue to be aggressive with your finances, in a year or two, the opportunity to get a single family home may be within reach while still keeping it under that 25%. Do you feel in your gut that you would rather wait it out, or do you kind of feel that rush to buy something?
I definitely don't feel a rush to buy something. It's just, recently it's just struck us how frustrating it is to just throw rent money, out the window, when we could be putting it towards something like a condo, and then have that to sell in 5-ish years to put towards a single family home. So yeah, I can really just see it going either way. So it's nuanced, and we haven't just been sure what to do with that.
I would just set a goal and say, hey, a year from now, we want to be in a position to buy. Here's what we're kind of looking at, and just be about that savings goal.
Yep. And I think you're in a really great position. I love that this is something that could go either way, and you'd be comfortable in that position. You're set up with the down payment. If you want to do a condo, I think you wouldn't go wrong. But also, since you aren't in a hurry and you're content renting, if you're willing to wait it out, you might be able to get something that you're a little bit more excited about in a year. I think it's a hard one where it's really going to have to be some soul searching and what you want to do.